about 1 minute, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Make sure you have something to take down, some notes with, and we'll get started here in just a minute. About another minute, 30 seconds, then we'll go ahead and get started, guys. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. Today's call will probably be a little bit shorter, probably about 10 minutes. Just on, within the last week, couple things that, I've been doing with, my group out here in Arizona, that's really starting to push some momentum. Obviously, if you're, looking to boost the momentum going on in your business within your team, try doing a few of these things. Um, the main thing I want to talk about is power building. Okay, the whole concept of power building, it's a little uncomfortable for some people that like it's too short notice or that kind of thing. But basically, what power building is for example, I'll say I'll just use as a idea of what we just did a few days ago. I think it was like 4 days ago. My newest PQ, Seth, we got together with him and four of his people that were enrolled on his team in the last week. So we got together at his house, me, Michael McKiernan, and Sheree McCarty. So all of us went over to his house, met up with the four new guys on their team. So we kind of sat down. We talked about inviting, how to message people, to text invite, Facebook messaging, piquing the interest. We were really focusing on the PS3 invite. And so basically what we were doing with PS3 is, what the beginning of it is, it's piquing the interest, and then sending a video, and then like a three-way call. So PS3, I'm gonna type it over here. Peak interest, send video, and three-way call, or like an UVU call or Skype or Google Hangout. So basically, we in this short period of time between it was probably about 3 hours. Of the four people, we between me, Michael, and Shree, we did about 20, I think probably like 17 to 20 opportunity calls within like 3 hours, and that was between us three. And that's more than what normally would happen in like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, days of time. But we crunched it down into that short little burst of action and movement, and got 3 new enrollments out of it within 24 hours. Okay, so just looking at what you could do with your team, getting together, creating, getting excitement, put on some music, with your newest people together in the room, and then help them start messaging, Facebook messaging, texting, maybe making calls right away, and getting their friends, piquing their interest, helping them send them the right video, which we were using specifically that day, yprvideos.com. That was the website that we were using. So we would have them pique their interest in the conversation, through texting or Facebook messaging, or we'd have them just call. And once they pique their interest, then we'd get them on yprvideos.com. And some of them, they weren't into it, so that's fine. That's why we use that as a preliminary website for people to check out. So our focus was, once they saw the videos, they are still interested, then we got set up on a three-way call, or we'd get on FaceTime with their friend with them right there, or on like Google Hangouts or Skype. And so we were doing that, and we were just knocking out calls in this couple hour period. Okay. Obviously, they contacted a lot more people, than just the 17 to 20, but obviously not everyone's going to get on. So that's the whole idea, though, is like you could create a lot of movement within a short period of time by getting together with the team and really just starting to message, make some calls, and, get some people on videos, and then to, onto, a call with you. So, we're really implementing more of the power building days. I know our team's getting together again this Wednesday, and we're all going to get together before we have a Suns game out here and just really bang out some calls, three-way calls, and helping them set up appointments for the next few days after that as well. So, that's what we're kind of doing. I really, really, really recommend, trying the power building out, but you guys as the leaders have to be the one that instills action. If you want your team to do it, you got to really like kind of show how to do it. So like I enrolled Seth, right? And then with Seth, I was like, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to help you start, getting some people on calls. So we kind of got the team together, and then we started just doing it. And then as the people Seth enrolled saw Seth doing it, they started copying what he was doing. Okay. So, and then, kind of from there, guys, keeping the focus on, the main things with the newest people. Focus on, the affiliate packs, frenzy bonus, bronze, and, just focusing on those few things: bronze, affiliate packs, and, getting those frenzy bonuses, because we got to create those success stories for those newest people, and so we have to instill the urgency into those newest people, right? So and just kind of recapping again, using the method PS3: peaking interest, sending a video, and then three-way or Skype or uvu call. Okay. And within power building, and you could schedule a time, get 4, 5, 6 of your team together there, and you could, within a few hours span, could get a few new people into the business within just a few hours, guys. So just understand, we really, really got to get into, power building. And, like I said, I was going to keep it short. I just wanted to focus on that one concept this week of power building. And then, the last thing I want to kind of close it with, February 7th is coming up, Stockholm kickoff. Do you have your tickets? Do you have plans made? Where are you staying? Who on your team is going to that event? Have you helped, even if you're not able to make it, are you making sure that your team has, everything aligned so that they're able to make it to that event? You really, really, really want to push for everybody on your team to make it to these events, because events change lives. So really promote for that. Can you quickly recap what your three-way call would be like? Do you use Flipbook at all on those? Okay, good question, Anders. So basically what we do on like the three-way call is, if you check out yprvideos.com, this is the concept of the three-way call. Like, say if we just do it over the phone, because obviously over the phone you can't really do Flipbook, but if we were on uvu, we would use the Flipbook online, where I would just share my screen and run through the Flipbook online, right? So I use vimaflipbook.com and just share my screen if it's on uvu. But if it's just over the phone, good question. So this is what I do when it's over the phone. For like kind of the contents of the three-way call over the phone, basically what I'm going to do is, they've went through yprvideos.com, right? So on that site, it goes over the company overview, our compensation plan, and the message from BK. So it's going to talk about all of that. I've watched the videos, so I know what they're going to be talking about. So you have to make sure that you know what they're seeing in those videos. So watch those videos before you get your team doing it. So basically, this is what I'm going to do on three-way call. I get on the phone with somebody's friend. So say, Anders, you had me on the phone with your friend, right? First thing I would say, obviously you'd edify me once we got on. Okay, edify me. I get on and say, hey, hey man, how are you? How's it? What are you up to today? Just kind of, start, quick little conversation, just, and then I ask them, hey, so real quick, man, what was your favorite part about what you saw? So in asking on the three-way call, I'll type this: what was your favorite part of what you saw? So I'm asking them, hey, what was your favorite part of everything you've seen or everything that you saw in the videos? And then just let them talk. Again, a lot of this is just listening to what people are telling you. So they talk about, they're like, oh, well, I'm kind of, I have some questions, but, I really like the concept of, being able to, get a healthier alternative to the products I'm drinking already, or I like that, there's an opportunity to kind of make money here. It seems pretty interesting. I've never seen something like this, blah, blah, blah. They're going to tell you what they liked, right? And then talk about what they liked and be like, okay, cool. So you want to make extra money. Well, what is it that you do now? They'll tell you that, oh, I work here at this restaurant, or, I work at this store. Then I'll ask, well, hey, what do you like about, working there? What do you like about working at your job? So you always don't assume that, oh, your job must suck then, huh? You have to say, no, you have to be positive. Like, oh, you must really love what you do. And they'll tell you if they don't like it. You don't have to assume, because they'll tell you if they don't like it. So they say, you know, it's funny that you say that. I love it. It's okay. I like what I do, but I don't make enough money. And that's what was interesting me about this, was the opportunity to actually maybe make some extra money. And then I'll say, hey, that's cool. You kind of see that, it's great that you have the job that you have now. But yeah, that's the thing, man, is our focus is building part-time incomes here, an extra $500, so extra 3,000 kroner a month or more in this business. So just focusing on that with them, on what they want, what they're talking about. So once they go into, once I ask them what they like best, then I talk about them some more. And then, once I've kind of talked about them a little bit, I'll be like, hey, well, hey, let me share my story with you. Let me tell you, kind of my experience, because, I think you can maybe relate to, kind of where I was at. I was working 2 jobs at McDonald's, sign spinning, blah, blah, blah. I tell my story, right? So I tell my story, and then I end it on the, whatever success that I've had in the business so far. And I say, but, the thing is, there's nothing special about me, but it's the system that we have. It's the support. It's the products. So it's not emphasizing that I'm so great. It's emphasizing the system, the products, the support that we have is so great. So going from that concept of, okay, the success I had, the system, support, and products, they see that if they have the same products, the same system, the same support, that they could maybe do it, versus me trying to say that it was all me. They're like, well, I don't know if I can do what you did. So you just really edify the company's products, the system that we have, and the support system that we have with our leadership. So that's what I talk about. I say, the thing is, my success is all, accredited to the, system that we have in place, and, the products and, support. And I start talking about our system a little bit. I say, really, man, we figure out why people want to do this. We're trying to find a need for somebody. So they tell you that, they want to make extra money. Be like, you're telling me you want to make extra money, let's figure out how much you want to make. So I ask them, how much money a month would you want to make if you, part-time? And then let them talk. And then we talk about goals a little bit. Like, oh, that's a pretty achievable goal, with maybe a few months into the business, you could do that. And, so just focusing it around their goal. And then kind of giving them the action steps of, what we actually do when they get started, and be like, hey, well, it's pretty simple. Once you get started, all you're going to be doing is, making a list of people. Obviously, explain in more detail, but list, teach to invite their friends, check out products, business. We help explain you using videos, events, 2-on-1s, different things like that. They get started, they order through you. So it's basically the content that I run through is based on a person-to-person basis. So it's dependent on what the person that you're talking to's needs and wants are. So it's all about that person. So you're asking about them. You're basically being a consultant during this process. You're asking about them. You're sharing your personal experience with your story. And then you're talking about if they need more clarification on how the business works, you got to tell them that. If they want to know more about the product, tell them, or reference, a site for them to check out. If they, need a better understanding on, compensation plan, reference them somewhere else to check that out. So it's just, referencing and, making sure that they get all the information information that they need. And at the end, I help with the closing, which, just like any closing process, helping them in setting up the next exposure if they're not getting started, or inviting them to come to a home event. If they've, they're kind of on the edge, but they want to know more, invite them to a home event within the next couple days. So that's the content that you're talking about on the call. Does that help, Anders, for you? But that's during power building. You can knock out calls like that. Those are 8 to 12-minute calls, 15-minute calls. You could do so many of those if you have a few people in the upline together with a lot of the newer people and the teams, and just making those calls and helping each other make those invites. So again, recapping everything, power building, try it out this week. Set up a session to do power building with. Okay. And then with using PS3, peaking interest, sending a video, 3-way call, Skype, Uvu. Okay. And then from there, last thing that I was closing up with is February 7th. Make sure you and your team have plans arranged for Stockholm, and making sure that if you're coming to Phoenix, Arizona for a convention, make sure you have your plans set up and arranged. It's going to be a great event out here, and everyone that comes out to AZ, we're going to do canning facility tours, so you guys check out that. Obviously, coming out and checking out corporate office in person, it's going to be, an exciting time, to get your teams out here. And then, looking into some different team buildings, so like a really fun day, like some of you guys here were here for paintballing. Gonna try and find something else really fun for us all to do this year. So, with that, guys, that's it for today. Excited. New rank advance period starts, a couple days, prior to today. So we really have to push. There's 5 months, 5 RAs left until convention. So 5 months to rank advance. Get to that next rank that you want to be at. So set your goals high. Don't put off what you could do today till tomorrow. Do it today, and let's have a good rest of the rank advance period. Let's get some calls set up. Focus on Frenzy, Bronze, and getting your newest people started. Talk to you guys soon.